Has it happened to you? You wake up one morning and there they are, that person. Not physically, of course, but their presence fills your mind like the aroma of coffee wafting through the whole house. At first you think it's casual that they'll leave, but days pass and they're still there, settled in your head as if they signed a lease agreement without consulting you. You ask yourself, why this person precisely? Why now? And why can't I just turn them off? It's as if your mind is a radio that is tuned into a specific frequency and you can't find the button to change the station. But here's the thing, maybe you don't need to change the station. Maybe you need to understand what message it's transmitting. Our grandparents had a saying, when you think a lot about someone, that person is also thinking about you. They said it like one talks about the weather, simple and natural. But we, with our modern minds, dismiss it as superstition. What if it wasn't? What if it was as real as gravity, only invisible? After all, we don't see Wi-Fi, but we know it's there, connecting devices miles away. Why would minds be different? Think about it. We live in a world where quantum particles behave differently just by being observed. Is it so far-fetched to think that our thoughts also have a real effect on the invisible world around us? Imagine your energy is like a radio station. You are constantly transmitting on your unique frequency, a mix of your emotions, thoughts, dreams, and fears. Now, what happens when you find someone who transmits on a frequency so similar to yours that the signals intertwine like two rivers meeting? It's like when you hear a song and, for no apparent reason, you can't get it out of your head. But instead of a melody, it's a person. Their frequency has blended with yours, creating a harmony that your mind doesn't want to forget. Have you noticed how with certain people, you feel instantly familiar, as if you've known them all your life, even if you've just met? It's that resonance, that energetic tuning that your soul recognizes before your conscious mind. Perhaps that's why you keep thinking about that person, not because they are special per se, but because their frequency harmonizes with yours in a way that your energy finds irresistible. But wait, there's another possibility. What if you're the gardener of your own obsessive thoughts? Think of it as being a gardener. You plant a seed, a thought about that person, and then, consciously or unconsciously, you water it every day. You give it sunlight with your attention, you fertilize it with your imagination, and like any well-cared-for plant, it grows and grows until it becomes a tree that dominates the landscape of your mind. Every time you check their social media, every time you tell a friend about this person, every time you wonder, what are they doing now? You are watering that mental plant. And then you wonder why you can't stop thinking about that person. Do you recognize the pattern? Are you aware of when you are actively feeding these thoughts versus when they simply appear without your invitation? Here comes something deeper. Something you might not want to hear, but need to consider. What if that person is a mirror? I don't mean that they look physically alike. I mean that they represent something your soul is crying out for. It's like when you crave something specific, your body is telling you it needs certain nutrients. What if your obsessive thoughts were soul cravings? Ask yourself, what do you admire about that person? Their confidence, their freedom, their ability to love without fear, their success, their inner peace? Perhaps your mind insists on thinking about that person because it is pointing to something you want to develop in yourself. It's as if your subconscious is a very persistent Zen master, showing you again and again the example of what you could become. What if instead of asking yourself, why do I think about this person so much, you asked yourself, what part of me is asking to grow through these thoughts? And then there's that possibility that our rational mind rejects, but our heart recognizes. Perhaps that person is actually thinking about you. Imagine we are all connected by an invisible network, like the internet, but made of consciousness. When someone thinks of you intensely and constantly, it's as if they are sending you signals through this network. At first, it's just background noise. But if it persists, eventually your conscious mind begins to pick it up. Have you noticed that sometimes you know someone is going to call you just before they do? Or that you think of someone and immediately receive a message from that person? It's not coincidence. It's the invisible network at work. But here's the trick. You won't always feel attraction to the person who is thinking of you. Sometimes you simply feel their mental presence. It's like when someone stares at you in a public place. You don't see them, but you feel their gaze. The same thing happens with thoughts. How do you know? Simple. If you don't feel that deep connection, if you even ask yourself, why do I think about this person if I don't even like them that much? You are probably picking up their mental energy directed towards you. Now, how do you distinguish between these different possibilities? It's like being a detective of your own internal experience. If it's energetic resonance, you will feel it as magnetism. Something draws you to that person without you being able to explain why. It's familiar, comforting, like coming home. If you are actively cultivating the thoughts, you will notice it because you initiate the process. It is you who seeks, who asks, who feeds the curiosity. If it is an internal mirror, it will be accompanied by admiration or longing. You will recognize that person represents something you desire for yourself. And if someone is thinking of you, it will feel neutral. There is no particular attraction, but you also can't get them out of your head. It's like having a catchy song you didn't choose to listen to. Here's the beautiful thing. Once you understand what's happening, you can choose what to do about it. Do you want to nurture the connection? Then let your thoughts flow towards that person with love and good intentions. Imagine you're sending them light, wishing them the best. Believe me, they will feel it. Do you want to free yourself? Then stop feeding the mental garden. Every time the thought appears, simply observe, there it is again, and then redirect your attention. Don't fight the thought, that only gives it more power. Simply stop giving it energy, like stopping adding fuel to a fire. Do you want to grow? Then use it as an opportunity. Ask yourself what this experience is teaching you about yourself. What do you need to develop? What part of you is asking for attention? At the end of the day, those persistent thoughts about someone are like whispers from your soul. They are trying to tell you something important, whether about connection with others, about your own growth, or about the mysterious nature of human consciousness. The next time you encounter a mental tenant, don't get frustrated. Ask yourself what message it brings. Because in the world of energy, nothing is accidental. Everything is information. Everything is an opportunity to know yourself more deeply. And maybe, just maybe, that person you can't get out of your mind is exactly where they need to be, helping you discover something about yourself that you didn't know you needed to find. Because it's not about them, it's about you. And you? Who do you carry in your mind today?